welcome back to Praggers Gaming. I'm Gamer Praggers, and this is episode 15 of Citizen Sleeper. In the last episode, what did we do? We were there for the draw with Lem and Mina, which we were unlucky, and didn't make it onto the sidereal Horizon. Off for Horizons New. What else did we do? We started helping Feng over on the Greenway, infiltrate to find out more about Conway's stuff going on out in the Greenway. And we also spoke to Rabia and Sabine about Yannick. So Gregor, enter the Greenway, find Ashton. So I think that's actually the Sabine story finished. We have no upgrade points, which is cool. So we still need to finish the Overlook. We've done all of that. So yeah, so let's check in with Lem and Mina and find out how things are going with them. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor playing with Bun Bun. Hi, Mina. Hi, robot, says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun's paw without looking up at you. How are you? Bun Bun is sad, says Mina, nodding the toy's head in agreement. Like Daddy. You look around the unit, it's a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side, some of Mina's clothes piled up in the corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor, her drawing slate cracked and dark. You sit down beside Mina and she turns away, taking Bun Bun with her. But after a little while she turns back and you play together. She insists you both Bun Bun on a trip away, dragging the stuffed rabbit across counters and surfaces. You've just started to look at fixing Mina's cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you... He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops a bag by the door and slumps onto the couch. Everything okay? Lem lets out a weak laugh. You forgot the past few cycles now too? Wish I was so lucky. He looks away at the open door. Look, now's not a good time. Ooh, what happened? What happened? We messed up, that's what happened. We put our hopes into someone else's stupid scheme. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work and I've run into more than a few from the crews. It turns out only long-time Havenage members were issued those Celius ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Havenage say they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Celius pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else. He slams his hand down on the sofa. You're giving up? Lem opens his mouth to respond, but stops himself. He looks at the open door again. They are moving the side rail up the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eye. That's where it'll depart from. They are bringing in a ship with all their cryosleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could steal a ticket. Lem laughs. There's no tickets. I was joking before. Just those ID numbers. Coded to someone's identity. No stealing that. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. He sighs. We had our hearts set on that trip, is all. Mina comes over and climbs into his lap. He smiles. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I missed that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around, be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the side reel will bring in a crowd, but be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there, ask me, but for now, me and Meanie here are sticking to the eye. She looks up at him and smiles. I'll find a way, for all of us. Lem smiles but doesn't say anything. You stand to leave and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you are out, back in the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. Okay. So let's go back to our unit and we will rest. We'll feed the stray. Looks like we're going to be on 4 dice for a while. But we do have plenty of stabilizer for the time being. Ooh, good news, good news, good news, good news. Right, so if we come down here, the side reel has now gone. Okay, and I think if we head up here, I believe. Yes, the side reel dock. So we can scout. I'm going to put the 5 in. There we go. Right. I'm just going to head down because we need to go and help Feng. Time is of the essence. Where are ya? There we go. And we got the cryo. Nice. Oh, there we go. And we slip in our worm. A little worm. All layers unlocked, which gives a thread from the facility cuts through the cloud like a hairline crack of light. That's it. The final layer of security broken. Somewhere buried in the depth of the station, Feng is in control. He is slicing into the camera control circuits and piping out the result. The thread flickers and unravels into an image, a scene, 2 figures in a room, one sat, the other pacing. The pacing figure resolves into Hardin, the unmistakable superior posture, the shock of grey hair. The second figure's features don't seem to resolve. They are vague, unformed. A problem with the data, perhaps? You look closer. Then you see it. The figure is a proxy. Perhaps you should have expected it from Conway, a corporation whose very existence is owed to automation. The proxy is a machine, designed to be piloted by remote connection. Someone elsewhere in the system, puppeteering it with their own body, speaking so it may speak. The proxy sits impassively, or the Conway executive that is piloting them does, from the distance at safety of some ship or orbital colony, perhaps. We can move forward, there is no doubt, Hardin is saying. The reclamation team's almost ready, and after that I will make the declaration. Nothing has to change. The proxy leans forward, its movement stilted, uneven, as if its body was being refracted through water. But things must change. But things must change, Hardin. We need further assurances. I have been informed of a breach in one of your closed networks in the low end. You have been careless. Hardin waves the accusation away. We have been stretched. A breach was detected, yes, but no data of value was lost. Our board is concerned, Hardin. A drop in our value would be unwelcome at this time. The proxy leans back, its posture dominant. If the reclamation of AE1 is contested, then we could be drawn into a compromising legal position. Hardin approaches the proxy. There will be no contest, not from Solheim, who cannot muster a defense, not from Havenage, who will fall into line below me. He crouches in front of the seated figure, eye to eye. And the people of this station, refugees, gangs, spacers, all either opportunists or degenerates. Havenage is no longer strong, no longer united. No one here believes in Erlin's vision, nor has the strength to enact it. I sat across from him at the negotiating table. He was forceful, eager, weakened by his ideological convictions, perhaps, but a great man nonetheless. This place no longer deserves to bear his name. The eye is crippled. It cannot survive. It is a ruin filled with squatters and outlaws. They will be lucky if it still spins in 100 cycles. Hardin stands. You will move forward with the reclamation, because otherwise you will lose your advantage in the system. Without your advantage, you will lose claims on the remaining palladium. Without the palladium, your factories will go dark. He pauses. Do I need to continue? One moment. Comes the response from the proxy, and his head drops to his chest. Hardin steps back and paces once more, awaiting the discussion taking place elsewhere in the system. You watch Hardin as he paces, as he considers his future. What goes on within a mind like that? In the mind of a man who would burn all those around him for a path to some imagined golden end. The proxy lifts its head.
We are happy to proceed. We will legally claim the station formerly known as Solheim AE1 as salvage within 6 cycles. Havenage is to assist with the transport of the illegal residents to Conway housing and labour facilities.
The proxy judders to its feet.
Conway will also claim 70% of the raw output of the reclamation process after losses have been accounted for.
Harlan nods. I accept. The proxy reaches out to shake his hand like a marionette, and then the recording loops. You watch it play out a second time, gripped by a horrified fascination. There is a bluntness to the conversation, to its blatant disregard for humans as anything other than objects. Things to be moved, to be used, to be fed into structures crushed and losses accounted for in the cells of tables, the margins of ledgers. You realise now that you are no different than anyone else on this station in the eyes of the people in that room, and those like them. Each body here can be recast as a piece of property, a tool, an expense, an acceptable loss. In one moment they can be named a citizen, celebrated, protected, and in another the very idea of citizenship can be used against them. That is what it means to live in proximity to a system like this. No longer not while the eye spins. You gather the recording, pack it into a polygon of purest light. Then you drift down into the service dock like a falling leaf and find the relay. It only takes a second to place that polygon of data, that recording, into the relay system, Feng prepared, and then you watch as it bursts out a web of threads heading out into the black to every network device on the eye. Let them see what power makes of a man. Okay. So I believe... yeah, because that's for the disable the tracker, isn't it? Okay, so we have... oh yes, the Aviary. We'll go with that. It's a bit risky. Ooh! But I'm going to put that one in as well. Nice! Okie dokie. Right, we need to go and rest. Not forgetting to feed the cat. Okay. So we need to scout out the side reel. Let's put the 3 in there. Good news. Right, where's that? It's risky. Let's put the 4 in. There we go. Tala. Tala stands back from the newly finished still and tub, hands on hips. Look at this, she grins. The Overlook distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you. How's sourcing ingredients? Tala smiles. I think I've got most of it covered between the food factories on the low end and the farm stacks on the greenway. However, she pauses. There's an issue. What's the problem? Well, Griol, the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Griol the mushroom. That's what gives it that golden colour and earthy taste. The alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need Griol caps to make Griol, but no one wants to supply us. The distillery in the greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there, so it's hard to get a single cap across Founder's Gap. However, I have an idea. We can grow our Griol caps here. She gestures at the increasingly equipment-filled back room. Are you sure? Totally. Tala puts her hand on the still. We made a still. We set all this up. How hard can growing mushrooms be? They don't need light. They barely need soil. We can do this. She pauses. Or at least, we could if we had something to grow them from. Like spores? Exactly. Suddenly you feel like you've walked into a trap. And you are the perfect person to get me those spores. She nods rapidly. Think about it. You bait the still. You are great with plants. You know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Are you flattering me? If it's working, then yes. She grins sheepishly. Look, I can't leave the barn, the other people picking up shifts. She grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Fine. Wonderful. You'll love it over on the greenway, I think. All that fresh air. Open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. She turns back to look at the still and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It's really something, though, isn't it? And want to or not, you really have to agree. Well, it just so happens that we currently have some spores. We have 2, so we can start it. There we go. So we need 1 more spore, but we also need to do the side rail dock. Oh. Quite the achievement, isn't she? So, Sondra Celis must be proud. You recognize the resonating voice of Castor immediately and turn to see him, hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. Castor? I see you remember our game. Good. He looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes Tavla a little difficult. He smiles broadly. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at them. I don't much like it up here, he explains. I hear there was some trouble at the Havenage shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. I was there. I know, he sighs, meeting your eye. An ugly business. Sealies are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. He gestures out at the side rail. You know why they built this monstrosity on the eye? Money? That was part, perhaps. But there are cheaper shipyards. He stared at the pristine yellow hull. Celius built it here, says Castor gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. He rubs his forehead. And secrecy is something I cannot abide. He turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people. Locked in cryo sleep like the person that you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them and Celius wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You are like me. You deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on that ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need whenever I need it, as long as you are on board. With you on the side rail and with some minor modifications, he pauses, you can be my eyes and ears. I will keep track of Celius's grand project through you. In short, says Castor, stretching, I can get you aboard, Sleeper. but I am going to need you to help me. Who are you? I am a concerned party, someone who likes to know what is happening when it is happening, not afterwards. It's not just me. Yes, your friend Lem. That can be arranged. It is difficult but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Caster clunks close to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the side rail. It's a simple offer, and the only one that will get you on that ship. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance. As I said, there is a Silius Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Caster looks over his glasses at you. Silius aren't stupid. Though, their ship is totally isolated from the station. You'll need to get on board if you want access to their airworld servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. He smiles. I noticed his importance to you. And the little one. So cute. You don't extract the data from the sidereal horizon before the sidereal horizon leaves the hub, then I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. Be sure to act when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Silius, you'll set off a series of events that will likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You are bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Caster glances around as if to emphasize his point. There are only a handful of cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. With that, Caster marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the sidereal horizon and the part it may play in your future. Well, Caster has offered a second chance. If you cooperate, perhaps you could be leaving on the sidereal horizon after all. So that's what, 8 cycles. And we got 1 upgrade point. So okay, so we're waiting for Feng to come back. The Silius ship. He's got a smiley face. I don't know. There's still more for us to do on the eye, but also we want Lem to get out. So let's end the cycle and we'll see what dice we've got. Okay. Okay, so Feng is ready. Let's speak to Feng. Feng grins at you as the bay door slides open. Above, in the rest of the building, people are busy, frightened. They speak in hushed tones and organise endless meetings after endless meeting. Havenage have avoided a full-blown crisis for now, but change is coming. Feng is in good spirits and bundles you inside before you even have the chance to greet him. That was the slickest operation this station has seen. He hugs you firmly. You made my job easy. He shakes you by the shoulders. I'm so proud. And, he smiles, I got to watch through the cameras as the Havenage security that weren't in on it assaulted the station. Feng smiled. One of them straight up just whacked Hardin with their pistol. It was beautiful. What are they going to do with him? I'm not sure anyone knows, but he is cooperating, dismantling his operation and scaring off Conway. Maybe they'll exile him when they're done. or hand him over to some core authority. Feng shrugs. Now I know he won't be an issue. I'm going to be focusing on systems for a bit. He shakes his head, seeing as that's my actual job. He points to the ceiling. The people upstairs weren't so happy though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared. I'm not surprised. Yeah, this whole thing hasn't won me many fans in the administration, but I think in the end they'll agree that outing Hardin was worth it, whatever the methods. He touches a stack of hardware. The eye is old, and it was never meant to run like this. The master control points that Erlin and Havenage installed, they keep it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal. But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning next cycle, no, he smiles. And me and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that. Hardin's problem was that he didn't believe in people, he believed in systems, and their ability to shape the world around him. Feng squeezes your shoulder, but as far as I'm concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way round. Anyway, Feng raps on the side of his terminal. I know you didn't come down here for a lecture. My tracker? I haven't forgotten. He produces a thumbnail drive. I managed to finish that code solution I showed you. It's a modified ripple worm, one made to deactivate that tracker of yours. But in the time since I got back, I added something extra. The tracker of yours doesn't just show S and up where you are, it transmits data about the state of your body, your current condition. My worm won't just deactivate it, it'll edit that data to tell S and up your body is irreparably damaged. DNR, do not retrieve. He grins widely. Pretty smart, right? That's perfect. Just slot it already. You take the drive and hold it in your hand, then you close your eyes and open up your access ports. Ho-yo! Take down your defenses. The worm immediately enters your closed network. It whips through it, taking things with it as it goes. The moment they're gone, you forget they were ever there. They just blink out of existence. A second later, it's done. You open your eyes. How do you feel? Asks Fang a little nervously. Free. Fang smiles widely. Well, you are free, sleeper. He claps you on the shoulder. Feng lets the word free hang in the air a little before he continues. Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration. Feng wraps his arm around you. Jenna still owes us those drinks. He laughs and you join him, and later when you leave you feel deeply thankful for having such a friend. As you walk away from the building you look up at the wide curve of the eye, up at the hub and the other rim beyond it. The whole thing twinkles with lights, and it seems impossible to see it as anything other than breathtakingly beautiful. It feels in that moment like something eternal. That doesn't mean it can, or even should, last forever, or that it will never change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place has a future, and it is one that you know deeply and truly is worth protecting. Okay, so that gives us 2 points. Okay. But we're not going to do anything with that. Okay. Right. So let's go with a... I think, because we've got the time limit, it is time to finish Lem and Mina's story. So we're going to bluff past security. Oh, that was a critical action. Okay. Okay. Can we do it? Not quite. We need to rest. Feed the stray. End the cycle. Now we're only going to have 3 dice. Oh, that's not great. But we can finish that. Let's just go back to our unit and get some energy. Okay. That. buy a shipmine fragment if we needed, but okay. There we go. Okay, so we didn't get the cryo, but we did get the Celius data. Okay. But that is where we're going to end this episode. Do you think we should leave with Lem and Mina? Or do we stick around on the eye, helping other people? Making a bit of a life for ourselves. I think I know which way I'm going to take it. Although I am itching to play too. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments. Or if you're already there, let us know in the Discord. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, ticking the bell so you know when new videos go live. In the description is a link to the channel Discord. Feel free to come and talk about the games you're playing, the games I'm playing, games in general. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.